Hi everybody, welcome back to Jess Plays Paranormasight. This week, we are going to be, doing some other stuff in the, conversation with IMA, after IMA with Sumida Curse Bearer. Okay, let's go here. Okay, cool. Because I think this is where we need to go from. Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm sure you've already noticed. Well, yeah, around last night it was a little too obvious. Judging by your address, I'm guessing you've got the haunting clappers? Yes, that's right. There's a lot of soul dregs on the table for killing a curse bearer, you know. I'm well aware. Did you get soul dregs when you killed Nejima? Of course. His curse stone already contains some soul dregs as well. I think killing one more curse bearer will be enough for the rite. You can combine soul dregs across several stones? Correct. All it needs is the prerequisite amount. As long as you've gotten that, it doesn't seem to matter where you got them. I see. Then, you won't mind if I took them, right? My, lady. You're quite motivated, aren't you? Ma'am? Negotiate. Your father, the chief inspector, I met him not too long ago. Oh, really? He came off a little stiff and awkward. Ah, there's a surprise. But there was something charming about his seriousness, and he seemed like he cared a lot about his daughter. Please cut that out. It's gross. You don't know a thing about us. Outsiders shouldn't butt into another family's affairs. Though he may as well be a stranger to me now. Even if you've cut legal ties, you're still related by blood. Huh? We're not related at all. Huh? You probably thought that I never noticed it, but it wasn't hard for me to figure out I wasn't related to them by blood. So you were adopted. I'm adopted? Sorry. Well, I got curious, so I looked into it. It was all pretty straightforward. I was a baby when they took me in, so all they did was raise me. My mother first got pregnant shortly after she married. But it was a stillbirth. The whole affair left a deep wound on her heart. My father couldn't bear to see it. So it was for her sake that he did it. I was a substitute, a replacement for the dead child she lost. Oh, you're baby Shino. Okay. Okay, we found baby Shino, guys. He decided that all by himself. He didn't discuss it? Maybe he was trying to be thoughtful. So, any baby would have been fine, as long as it could have comforted the woman who hoped to become a mother. Putting it such a way, it's not easy to raise a child. My mother was bewildered. Wouldn't you be? After being told to raise a baby that wasn't your own? But she couldn't just abandon the baby either. And my father just left everything to my mother and never lent a hand. He's so damn selfish. The two of them grew apart. I watched them try and figure out how to understand each other, and the sight of it disgusted me. It was a messed up family, I tell ya. Well, I guess my presence was to blame for that rift to begin with. You shouldn't say that. I know he's bad at expressing himself and has his work, but still, that shouldn't be an excuse. Knowing all that, I couldn't take it anymore. It just made me want to hurry up and leave home and live on my own. I still rely on him for tuition and allowance, but that much is normal for most kids, right? Don't want him to start acting like he's my father now just because he's doing the minimum. I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like it was tough for all of you. I'm sorry, you're right. It's not my place to talk about your family. Ah, well, I may have said too much. To think I spilled all that when I don't even know what the conditions are. Could it be that what we're talking about had something to do with the activation conditions for the haunting clappers? Who knows, How did you know, Nejima Fumichika? I'm not telling you. I only asked because it does concern me. He was one of the reasons my child was kidnapped. It's not much to say. We talked and he cleared the conditions for my stone. Did he show any signs of remorse over his past crimes? Didn't feel like he did, no. I see. The world's full of trash men, I tell you. Hilarious. That's... I agree. Richter's like, In a way, I guess you could say you put a stop to Nejima's mass murder schemes. About that. There's no guarantee that I won't do it myself. Huh? I picked up his curse stone on the one-sided reed. It really is something else. Unfortunately, I can't use a curse stone that's not mine until late at night. Really? Are you okay with telling me that? How silly of me, I let that slip. What is your wish, Ayame? Is it really to resurrect Hokusai Katsushika? Yeah! There's no life that holds more value than his. Including my own. You're saying you'd be willing to die if it meant bringing Hokusai back to life. Not all life is equal. At least, not to me. A life that can birth art with the power to move hearts is infinitely more worthy. I have news to you about how art works. Compared to that, the life of someone like me, someone who can't produce a thing, has no value. That's unhinged. I love it. I love this, like, girl Komaeda shit going on. It's so fucking funny. I love it. I'm still young. It's the age for wild thoughts. But, aren't you the same as me? What? You've got a life more important than your own. A life you consider more important than the lives of many others. That's what you're doing it all for, isn't it? You're right. If I can save my son, I couldn't care less about my life or the lives of others. Who's unhinged now? I'm a mother, it is what it is. Dang, the feelings of a proper parent are something else. But if that's your wish, then what do you plan on doing if you don't get your wish? I haven't thought about it. I might just keep on trying to bring Hokusai back some other way. You really are obsessed. You and Hihaku's chairwoman might be cut from the same cloth. Who's that? She is like an all-powerful vortex of obsession turned to yokai-level proportions. You're saying I'll end up like her? No, honey, she's rich. Are you looking forward to such a future? I'd rather not have to wait till I'm old and creaking. I want it to happen now. Hilarious. I'll put my life on the line for Hokusai. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I gotta take a sec here. Okay. I'll have to cut out that entire phone call I just had with Nate's gas people, but alright. Tobacco? Do you smoke? Huh? Well, a little. Feel free to smoke if you want to, please. I'm okay. I don't see any ashtrays out on display either. Does no one smoke in this family? Little rare, isn't it? No one in my family does. Then why did you ask me if I did all of a sudden? Well... Listen, Ayame. I have something to ask you. No. The answer's no. The curse stone in your possession, I'm not giving it up. You're right. We're both made of stronger stuff than that. You're not giving it up. And neither am I. You know full well, right? That there's no room left for negotiation here. You're right, there's not. Well, it's been awesome. Rip, you're pretty great, IMA. But, it's time for you to exit the narrative. I look forward to how upset your dad will be, and the revelation that you are baby Shino brought back to life. Oh. Did you try to use your curse just now? Seems I didn't meet your curse's conditions. I wonder if it was smart to secretly toss the lighter I was carrying earlier. When did... You made a mistake when you decided to ask me about smoking. If a source of fire is the condition to your stone, then you won't see me falling for it now. You wasted your chance with all this chatter. All you needed to do was activate your curse first. I brought everything Nejima had on him, including the lighter he was holding. But that's all over now. Yes, I concede. Alrighty. With your cards on the table, you're out of options. Might be possible for Mr. Investigator there to pin me down by force. But he's not going to do that, is he? Correct. I won't take that risk. Not while your curse's conditions are unknown. Coward. I came to kill you and acquire your soul dregs, but after hearing you out, I got a question for you. Why don't you just give up on the right of resurrection? You said it was your son, right? The one you want to bring back? But haven't you done enough? I'm sure your son is content knowing you cared for him this much. I'm truly willing to die to resurrect Hokusai, but you can't say the same, right? If you're going to bring your son back, you have to be alive as well, right? In fact, what you really want is for both of you to live, right? Yes. Well, even if one of you both lived to see it, your son would grow up knowing you for who you are, someone who stole the lives of others to bring him back. You'd be putting the burden of shouldering all the lives sacrificed for him on his little shoulders. Are you really okay with that? Ugh. If you didn't even think about that, then what you're doing is not for your son. It's for yourself. Aren't you just bringing him back to fulfill your own desires? That's not... Ma'am. What she's saying may be harsh, but it holds a kernel of truth. Don't reduce yourself to nothing but a mother who would sacrifice anything for her son. But that's not... We discovered the truth behind his kidnapping. Next, you should take some time to understand your own feelings. I'll help you every step of the way. Getting to the heart of things is what an investigator does. What will you do? Ma'am? If you relinquish the curse stone to a curse bearer, you'll no longer be a curse bearer. You won't be a target anymore. Aime's giving you a chance. Think hard, and then give your answer. Okay, if I don't give it up, I assume she just kills me, and then that's that ending, so... Very well. Here. Thanks! Glad you could see reason. Ma'am, you made the right choice. Dang, you really didn't collect any soul dregs, huh? I promised myself that if I ever used it, it would only be once. But in the end, it didn't come down to numbers. So they only need to be carrying a flame? Well, this seems pretty practical. Well, I'll be taking my leave then. There's no point in going after you for soul dregs, so I'm off to the next curse bearer. Do you know who remains? You speak as if you've already figured it out. I got a pretty good idea from our talk. What will you do? Do you plan to stop me? It's not my place to intervene. Alright then. Hey lady, can I borrow your phone? I don't mind. But who are you calling? The cops. I think it'd be faster if I called them directly. I am curious about what happens if I just murder her. Okay, alright. Yes, okay. Let's see what happens if we just kill her right away. Huh? Man, please think this through. Oh man, this is not gonna, Man, why? It was the only way. Victor. Could we settle any outstanding tabs now? Yeah, sure. I want to see if this gets me a different bad end. Some days later. Oh, Momori, you got a moment? Of course, what is it, Mr. Richter? I was just curious. Have you ever heard of the legend of the mother who prayed to the Sumida River and resurrected her dead child? What are you on about? The mother searched so desperately for her abducted child that she lost her mind. Her son was found dead in the Sumida River, so she then built a mound and continued to pray there until her son somehow emerged from the mound, back from the dead, or so the legend goes. I heard it's being adapted into a no play, too. Interesting. And? Well, it just had me thinking that legends really do exist. Sorry to ask again, but what are you on about? Okay, so we have a bad end. Although this isn't so much a bad end, this just seems like Haruhi gets what she wants and, like, people who already died. I mean, I guess maybe you can get out of this where, like, IMA also survives, but this one seems a little bit less bad end and more just, like, alternate end. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's bad for, like, Haruhi's moral fiber, but this isn't as funny as the Haruhi one, though. Good old Sumida River right here. I'm interested to see, like, what the post-credits, like, thing is gonna be. I was mentioning this last time, but, like, I really think this is such a cool idea. It's just such a neat premise, you know? And I mean, it's not, like, super complicated to do the, to get the gameplay working either, you know what I mean? Never mind, it is what it is. Welcome to my office! Might be small and dirty, but welcome. Come on, Ernestine, say hello. That's it, good girl. Oh, that boy over there? That must be... Hey kid, I'm a private investigator. I worked with your mother not too long ago. What's that? You want to be an investigator when you grow up too? That's great! So much better than becoming a police officer. Hey, Amamori! Don't you tell the kid to give up on his dreams? I think it's a great idea! Why don't you bring us all some tea instead? Pardon me, let's start over. What brings you to my humble office today? Harue's legacy. Okay, so it's not a bad end. It's not a bad end at all, actually. All things considered. Okay, so we can do this one down here. Alright, so the actual thing that we're doing here is we need to... This is a bad end, Michio's grudge, failure to escape. Okay, alright. Preparing for battle. Together with Yoshimi's fiancée Mayu, Yako and Mio report all they've learned so far to Tsutsumi and the others. Putting all their stories together, they can see their final objective at long last. Mr. Tsutsumi, this is Chozawa Mayu. Ah, so you're the one. The Sumida police was looking for you. Glad to see you're alright. Sorry, I should have told someone I was okay. I was just so pissed off. Falling right into Hihaku's hands? Got myself into some deep shit. Hihaku seem like they're still up to something. We'll have to make sure they clean up their act once and for all. Get it? Because they sell soap? Nice one, boss! You're really on top of your game today. Stop trying to make me feel better. I shouldn't have said anything. More importantly, Mayu, thank you for your cooperation with Yoshimi. We'll get to the bottom of it, I promise. Oh, you must be Detective Erio. I heard a lot about you from Hajime. I'll be counting on you. Catch whoever did this, no matter what. Mayu rushed to Hitomi's place and back for us. She's been trying to appear calm, but I'm sure she must still be in shock. I'm not sure why, but I feel fired up. Feels like we're close to the moment of truth. I think Mio feels the same. Detective Erio was nice enough to get us something to drink earlier. Seeing a detective take time for little things like that helps put my mind at ease a little. I bet he's making jokes and stuff at a time like this because he doesn't want to stress us out. I wonder if he's able to stay so calm because of experience or just because he's that kind of person. Alright, They've all but finished investigating the crime scene, but the police have mostly left. But they're letting us use the school as a base of communications as per Inspector Tsutsumi's request. Give me Burb. Burb! There it is. Yeah, number 2! What's that one? Yeah, number 2! Peekaboo! Oh, jackpot. Look for the first house. In the morning green, on the bright garden. If you won the lottery, detectives in private eyes. And telephone booth. Bridge pillar at night, visit the park at night. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, baby! Come to think of it, did old man Ashimiya end up getting away? Ugh, so word's already out, huh? He was cornered, but managed to take a hostage and escape, is what I heard on the radio. What happened after that? So that's all they're reporting. Here's what really happened. He was killed? And the hostage was Tsutsumi's daughter, whose whereabouts are still unknown? Yep, his daughter showing up was a huge surprise. Even Boss couldn't believe it. Damn it. The hell you expect? No one could have seen that coming. There's already an emergency search underway for her as a key witness and suspect. I'll be rejoining the search for her after we're done here. Key witness and suspect? But wasn't she a hostage? Could she have killed Nejima and fled the scene? Well, it's just a possibility. Ugh. If we're talking possibilities, might as well tell him everything. It's very likely that Nejima was killed by a curse stone. What? By a curse bearer? Oh, it's already evening, so the effect of the Feast of Shadows will be starting to return. Yeah, which makes it likely a curse was used to kill him. Boss, you're repeating yourself. Try to calm down for a sec. But that would mean... the inspector's daughter is probably a curse bearer, right? Huh? Did you say something? Maybe I'm losing my hearing in my old age. Boss, you can hear just fine. Don't play the old man card every time you want to get out of something. We even talked about how she might have the Taiko of Tsugaru if that's the case. Did we? My memory's a little hazy. You've got a soft spot for your daughter, don't you, Inspector? No. It's a little too close to home now. But either way, we have to find her as soon as possible. That's why I'll be rejoining the search as soon as we're done here. One more thing. There's a very good chance that his daughter has Shiraishi Michio's talisman. All the more reason for you to get back to that search. Best of luck. What the hell has she gotten herself into? Okay, that's enough out of him. Oh, Mr. Tsutsumi? I received a message from Paranormal Affairs earlier. It wasn't Nakagoshi, but I had someone look into something for me. So even the desk jockeys are lending a hand? Brings a tear to your eye. So what'd they say? Right, about the Onmyoji woman who was in Edo at the time of the Honjo incident. She was a person of great beauty and discerning taste, but was also shamelessly did whatever she wanted. It seemed to match the person seen in the resentful memory for the foot-washing mansion. Huh, so she must be the one who fought with Samon over the right. And they found that her name was Ashino. Ashino, huh? What else? That's all. That's not much help. Oh, but... apparently she was quite the powerful Onmyoji. And she died bearing a similarly powerful resentment. It's possible that she became a vengeful spirit with a connection to the Seven Mysteries. A vengeful spirit? If any descendant of Ashino, or people otherwise closely aligned with her, live today, there's a possibility that spirit awakened and possessed them. Yeah, you mentioned that before, that spirits can possess people who are closely in sync with them. Though this, of course, doesn't mean the spirit houses her complete personality. Her resentment and her spirit power, those are the parts of her that would have had the strongest influence. Since Seimon's descendants are still around in the present, wouldn't be surprising if Ashino's were too. They might just be desk jockeys, but they wouldn't give us this info if it was only speculation. They must have found some amount of evidence looking into abnormal phenomena or things like that. Oh, the Feast of Shadows. There it is, our abnormal phenomenon. Mio, what do you mean? The person who initiated the curse this time, who we've been calling the Mastermind, they might be possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji named Ashino, the enemy of Seimon. Do we have any idea who or where they could be? Like, if you looked at them, Mio, would you be able to tell right away? It's like how I didn't realize that Michio had fused with your consciousness, Yako. Common spirits will leak spirit energy left and right, so I can notice them just by looking carefully. But when spirits of a higher caliber fuse with someone's consciousness, detecting them isn't so simple. Oh. I'm sorry. My skills still need a lot of work, and I don't have anything else to offer. Mio, that's not true at all. You're fine. We'll make this work somehow or another. Thanks. Basically, I believe the mastermind behind everything is a woman possessed by the vengeful spirit of Onmyoji Ashino. I see. Is this mastermind also the one who killed Hajime trying to get the record of Fate's Yin Scroll? Yes, I think that's very likely. So that's how it is, huh? And I want you to catch them no matter what. Oh, Mayu, did you meet with Hitomi? Yeah, I met her at the spot I was told. She was acting tough, but I think the incident with Hajime has really shaken her up. I briefly explained our situation, had her give Hajime's talisman to me. Here, this is what you're looking for, right? Yay! Omomori. Yes, I believe that's it. Thank you so much. Mr. Tsutsumi, about this. Right, you should hold on to it, Mio. Not like we could use it as it is. Try to figure out what we'll need to do once we have both halves together. Understood. I'll see what I can do. Do you know where the other talisman is? Yes, probably. This is Hajume's last job. Finish it for him, okay? We will. Guess this is the end of his family line too, huh? All the people who inherited that talisman before him are already gone. Well, until you find out you're pregnant, I guess. Ah, I heard you had a curse stone too? Yeah, I should give it to you then, right? Those things really are a pain in the ass. I'll gladly hand it over to you before it starts giving me any crazy ideas. So this is the beckoning light, huh? Alright, it's safe and sound with me. Sorry you won't be able to bring him back. Don't worry about it. He and I were always prepared for the worst anyways. What the? What's wrong? Damn. The trigger for the beckoning light's curse is some serious shit. Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I said it'd give me weird ideas. See what I mean now? How's it work? I'll leave you a note you can read later. We have more important things to worry about now. Right. Mr. Tsutsumi? Does that make it 5 curse stones you've gathered now? Should be. I want to get the other 4 into wraps as soon as we can. Let's see. I have no idea about the Whispering Canal. Someone made off with the one-sided reed, which Nejima had. Yeah, damn shame. After that, you said earlier that the Taiko of Tsugaru might be with your daughter, Inspector? Well, let's set that one aside for now. So we can assume that curse bearers are still prowling around out there with those ones. What a headache. Hopefully we can find them soon. Now, is that everything we needed to chat about? We don't need anything else. We'll be going back to the search. Actually there is one thing. Oh, what's that? Just completely hypothetically. Hypothetically, what if the inspector's daughter was the mastermind? I mean, she's a woman. Seems like she was after the talismans. Sorry, I don't really understand what you mean. Boss, come on! We've got to look at the facts. But that would mean Inspector Tsutsumi would also have to be one of Ashino's descendants. Oh, right. Yeah, you're just a normal person, right, Inspector? Unless that's why you're so resistant to the paranormal. I don't believe I've ever heard anything about being related to some Onmyoji. Oh. But, well, if you put it like that, her being the mastermind, it's possible. Really? I say possible, but I mean unlikely, is what I want to think. Damn it, I don't even want to imagine it. Boss, if we're going to consider it, we have to do it properly. No dragging your heels about. No, it's not that. There's something I never told her. Never wanted to tell her. The truth is, she's not my real daughter. What? 20 years ago... Well, it's a long story, but we took her in when she was just a baby. Do you know anything about her birth parents? You could say I do, I guess, but really I don't know anything. What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. It's a baby Shino! Edio. You heard what I said, didn't you? Just now? About 20 years ago? No, boss, that can't be! Nejima's? That's right. When we arrested Nejima Fumichika, there was a baby at his house on the brink of death. That was my daughter, Tsutsumi Ayame. She goes by Tono Ayame now. What?! Someone had to take care of her. Baby holds no blame for the circumstances she came from. But boss, according to Nejima, that baby is his former lover reincarnated using black magic. What?! Personally, I think that story is bullshit. According to Nejima. My goodness. It's hard to believe from Nejima's behavior, but could it really be true? I've got a few doubts. We have to question whether the Shino woman ever really existed in the first place. There are no records of her, no body was found, her name never came up once during the investigation. Even if this woman really existed, I'm skeptical that someone would be reincarnated as a baby through black magic. I agree. No matter how you look at it, a spell with that effect is hard to believe. Even the supernatural has rules that must be followed. Seems more likely he's deluded himself, not wanting to recognize that a spell he risked his life on failed to work. That's my thinking, too. The more natural conclusion is that the baby is his and Shino's, and that she died in childbirth. As long as we don't know Shino's origins, we have to consider the possibility she could be a descendant of Ashino. Huh, nothing else, their names are pretty similar. Okay, assuming all of that is true for a moment, Ayame getting taken away by Nejima and then killing him, that would mean she'd killed her own father! Calm down, this is all still just conjecture. But now that Nejima's dead, we have no means to investigate. So regardless of everything, there's only one thing that matters. She's my daughter. As her parent, I'm responsible for her. Nothing can change that. I understand. Alright, we should get back to the search. We'll find her and clear up all of this. Yes, sir! The talisman you young ladies were looking for has something to do with this as well. I'd appreciate it if you could help us find it. So if anything happens, call the police. We will. I'm worried about Hitomi, so I'm gonna head to where she is. I'll be waiting to hear some good news from y'all. Ooh. Okay, is this the actual conclusion? Because if that's the case, we might be done, actually. This might be the finale. How long have I been recording for? Not that long, actually. Alright, let's see if we can finish out the game. Okay. Tsutsumi and Edio continue their investigation, deciding to meet with Tono Ayame to get the bottom of it all. What will be the conclusion to the curses of the seven mysteries of Honjo? To Seimon and Ashino's intertwined fates. Sumida Ruder. Hey. How long has it been since we saw each other? 3 years? How you been? I think the last time was when you came to see me after deciding to go to university. It wasn't because I wanted to see you, I just needed money to pay my tuition. Heh, not one to mince words, eh? You came alone, right? Yeah, it's just me. You make it sound like I'm handing over ransom money for hostages. I just don't want to get caught, okay? Never thought I'd see the day you called the police. There's something I needed to see you about. Well, alright then. Got a lot to talk about, so let's go through things one by one. Okay. Bird? Looking for Burb. The sun is starting to dip down into the horizon. This long, long day is about to end. We don't have to worry about Nejima's threat anymore, but I sure didn't expect this to happen. The Whispering Canal, by the way, is still missing. Like, she doesn't have it. She has 3, not 4. No burb? No burb? No burb? I'm gonna have to do a bonus episode where I go back and get... Oh, right. Huh? What was that? Something moved just over there? God, what the hell are those idiots doing? Tell them not to come, damn it. Shit, I don't want to know what'll happen if they get found out. Whatever I do, I gotta keep from looking over there. She sure has changed over the past 3 years. Got more of a grown-up air about her. Hard to believe she's still that same little girl who'd get omelet all over her face when we took her out to eat. Wait a minute, is that how far back I have to go for a happy memory together? No wonder she hates me. Alright, I don't see a bird. Well, we'll do a bonus episode where we find all the birds. But, yeah. Alright. You have a curse stone, don't you? I do. You wouldn't happen to feel like handing it over, would you? The police will handle any damages the curse caused. Now, before you do any more wrong with it, I'm not giving it up. Of course not. Me being a curse bearer, are you after my life? That's exactly what I'm here for. I didn't come to chat. You can talk all you want, but as soon as the condition for my curse is met, I'll use it, no hesitation. Oh, actually. She called the police asking for me by name and demanded I come meet her here alone. I asked if I wanted a team to set up the perimeter, but I had him stand down. Sure, she might make a run for it, but I don't want her panicking if she has a curse stone. Besides, I'm not trying to take her in by force. Why are you willing to go so far for the rite of resurrection? What do you want with it? Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand. You just call it stupid and dismiss the idea completely. Come on, I wouldn't do that. Maybe together we can think of a way for you to get what you want without resurrection. I want to bring back Hokusai Katsushika to life. Hokusai? What? Hokusai like the ukiyo-e artist? That Hokusai? You want to bring him back to life? That'd be quite the feat, huh? That's... you... I heard you liked his art, but why would you do something so stupid? See? Gah! The only time I ever felt there was a place I belonged was when I was immersed in the dreamlike world of ukiyo-e. Though I'm sure you never noticed. Really, I had no idea. It saved me. Hokusai is the reason I'm still alive today. I didn't know you felt so hopeless. You would only realize it now, but it's too late. Feeling sorry won't do either of us any good. Or do you have more than one? How many curse stones do you have? 3. Not that it matters. 3, huh? I'm not handing them over. From the moment I heard about the rite of resurrection, I knew it was my destiny. If this is all I ever accomplish, I'll die happy. I'm really serious about this. Then I'll put this bluntly. Did you kill Nejima? And if I did, would you hide me from the police? Well, I don't know if I... That's what I thought. Your job is the only thing you really care about. Yes, I did it. You... I don't think he even knew he was a curse bearer. He brought me to those gardens, and I realized while he was talking to me that he fulfilled the condition of my curse, so I just gave it a shot. I didn't think it would actually activate. So there's no going back now. It's not true. You can still make things right before you make them worse. Then let me say it another way. This is my chance, and I won't throw it away. Your chance? Did Nejima say anything to you? He said a lot of bad things about you, that's for sure. Yeah, not surprised there. So I said a lot of bad things about you back. I didn't want to be outdone. Harsh. In that sense, it felt just a little like he was kind of my kindred spirit. No, kindred spirit? What are you talking about? He's a dangerous criminal! But I'm a murderer now too, aren't I? Maybe we're not so different. No, you're different! Am I? Well, maybe not that different. Well, at least you're honest. I know I haven't been the best father, but I wonder if all the fathers in the world, are there any who wouldn't cover for their child if they committed a crime? How should I know? You're the detective here. You must have seen plenty of cases like that. My dad would 100% cover for me if I committed a crime, purely because he just would not want to be involved. My dad would be like, I don't care, don't tell me about it, don't involve me. He's way too anxious for like any of that kind of stuff, so he'd be like, please don't confide in me, thanks. Yeah, plenty of parents take the fall for their children. give him a place to hide. As a person, it's wrong, but maybe as a parent, it's the right thing to do? I don't know. But I think having a father like that would make it easier to go to him for advice if I did do something wrong. Maybe there's a sense of security in knowing that no matter what happened, you'd have at least one person on your side. I see, so that's what it would take to be on your side. I can't do that. That's okay. I wasn't really expecting you to. So, Nejima really didn't tell you anything? Not really, no. Can I ask you one thing? Do you know anything about the talisman Shiraishi Michio had? Shiraishi Michio? From the car crash you ran with that Namigaki guy. Oh, with Yutaro? Yeah, it was there. Yutaro? That sounds like... So, you and him were, I mean... Nah, not really. He was kind of a boring guy. What? You're serious? But he said... you're getting off track, Mr. Tsutsumi. The talisman! Get back to the talisman! We shouldn't have relied on him for this. Well, if you don't plan on seeing him again, it doesn't matter. But with the hit-and-run case on top of everything, you're really in deep. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Yeah, I mean, no! Tell me about the talisman! Did you take it from the scene? You mean this? That's... I picked it up at the scene of the crash. I didn't want to leave fingerprints behind. That's all? There's really no other reason? What's the big deal if it really is that special? Is it really that special, this little thing? Yeah, it's really important. Would you mind giving it to me? Important for what? We're putting a stop to the curses of the 7 mysteries. Why would you tell her this? Oh. So that means if I give you the talisman, I won't be able to use the rite. Then no way, I'm definitely keeping it. Ugh, I screwed that one up. Mr. Tsutsumi, you really can't do better than that. Come on, the talisman! Will you give me the talisman? What? No way! I can't lose the rite. I'm sorry I couldn't save you from Nejima. Are you hurt? And there it is. That's so like you. What? We're only mentioning that now? Shouldn't that have been the first thing you asked me? Well, I was just... You're not worried about me. All you care about is yourself. Yeah, you're right. I've been selfish, I know. Aw, come on, Mr. Tsutsumi. You can do better than that. He really screwed up there, huh? What the... Hold on. Sorry, everybody. You keep trying to call me, and I'm like, don't call me. I'm fine. I managed to get away somehow or other. Right, I'm glad. How is she? Yasuko, I mean. Mom? I haven't kept in touch with her. Been on my own this whole time. Sure you've reached out to her, though, haven't you? I did call her this morning, actually, just to make sure she was safe. She's been running around all over the place looking for you. Sounds like she's fine to me. Did you contact her after I called the police to tell her you'd heard from me? I did not. Tisk tisk. Well, I've heard you're into nightlife and staying out late these days. Didn't want her to worry any more than she already was. You're one to talk. Alright, I think I've let you talk enough. Mind letting me have a turn? By all means. You're hiding something. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? I mean, okay. So, since it seems like she also can tell if people are lying, maybe I should go with the answer I know is wrong, and then I can, get the bad end first. So let's do that. I'm not. Wow, that's a bold declaration. Now then, let me tell you how my curse stone, the Taiko of Tsugaru, works. What? My curse bludgeons to death anyone I find out is hiding something from me. So if you try to cover something up that I know is true, I'll be able to use my curse stone on you. With that in mind, can I ask you one more thing? Ah, I get it. Why you wanted to see me. And let me tell you one thing first. The Evergreen Beach has a similar condition. I can use my curse on anyone who tells me a lie. What? How is that fair? And you'd use that curse on me? As an officer of the law, it's inexcusable. But as a parent with a duty to his child, I have no other choice. Are you threatening me? Do you really think that's enough to convince me to do as you say? I don't want to use it either, but for your sake, I suggest you try not to lie. Go ahead then. If I lie, then so be it. Okay, I'm gonna ask. If you try to hide it now, you really will die. Am I your real daughter? I'm just a baby you picked up to replace your stillborn, aren't I? And you could never bring yourself to tell me who my real parents were, so you just kept hiding it. Still too much of a coward to tell me, huh? You don't like the truth, so you won't admit it. But my real parent is the man I was just with. Ayame! Is that all you have to say? Then I only have one answer for you. You are, honestly and truly, our daughter. Nothing more, nothing less. Even now you're trying to hide it? Why? Are you really that stupid? Ah! Ugh! Boss! Why? Is your pride worth dying for? Should have known. Why? Why go this far to hide it? Listen. Huh? How? Be proud. No matter what happens, you are our precious daughter. No way, how are you still alive? I don't know what that piece of shit Nejima filled your head with. But you're not Shino. And you're not Ashino either. You're our daughter, Tsutsumi Ayame. Right, I guess it's Dono now. Well, that's fine too. Tsutsumi, Dono, both will always be part of who you are. What? Why are you doing this? That's not true. The curse proves it's not. Sure, you probably don't have many memories of us playing together. I did leave everything at home to your mom. It's barely there for you. Even so, when I was working, no matter how grisly a crime scene I was at, all I ever wanted was for you to grow up and be happy. That's it! Why say all of this now? So do one last thing for me. I want you to tell me the truth too. And if you lie to me now, I'm taking you with me. Stop, I can't. The mastermind behind all this, the one who awakened the curses of the 7 mysteries in order to use the right. Wasn't you, was it? No, I wouldn't even know how to do that. And picking up Shiraishi Michio's talisman. I was just coincidence, right? Huh? Yeah, I already told you that. Good. Hearing that, I can rest easy. You're nothing like Nejima. You can stand on your own 2 legs. You can keep living without escaping into a fantasy. You can hate me. You can dream all the crazy dreams you want. Just don't ever stop trying to do good. You're a victim of your curse too. It's not too late to atone. For the hit and run, for using the curse, don't run away. You can still make things right. I know you can, because you're my daughter. And after that, just live the best life that you can. Dad! Boss! That day at 6:18 p.m., Dono Ayame was taken into custody. Tsutsumi Tetsuo's death was confirmed at the same time. The 5 curse stones possessed by Tsutsumi, as well as the 3 given up by Ayame, lost their curse bearers. This temporarily extinguished their spirit power, allowing Kurosuzumiyo to obtain them and seal them away without difficulty. Okay, but the Whispering Canal is still out there with Yoko. The Yin Talisman possessed by Dono Ayame was recovered and entrusted to Kurosuzumiyo as well. Thus, any massacre that could potentially be caused by this iteration of the curses was prevented before it could ever happen. Or so it seemed. Edio June, 8 p.m., huh? Sorry for keeping you out so late, Mio. Well, we'll look at this later. Can't take my mind off the curse bearer who was never found. Oh, it's no problem for me. I usually work at night anyway. Did you see Yako home safely? Yep. We sent her home in a patrol car earlier. Apparently she put up quite a fuss, saying she wanted to see things through to the end. Thank you. The Feast of Shadows was starting to take effect, so it would have been dangerous. Yeah, Edio is totally about to kill you, dude. Yeah! Mockingbird 20! Hell yeah. Look at this Scabon. 8 p.m. With no one around, this place is silent as the grave. No one wants to go out at night in these parts after everything that's happened over the past 2 days. Okay. No. Okay. Oh. What's wrong? Next is Detective Edio? What? So much has happened this evening, but it's still not over. We haven't found the curse bearer of the Whispering Canal. And we still have to put a stop to these curses. Can't get my mind off the remaining curse stone, the Whispering Canal, and who the mastermind is. But we have to deal with that thing before I can worry about any of that. How's it going with the 2 talismans? Have you figured out the location of the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll? I have, more or less. When I combined the contents of the 2 talismans, they formed a seal which could be undone. The things inside the talismans that looked like scraps of wood were actually a tiny scroll kept folded up by the seal. Who'd have thought the talismans were actually contained in the scroll itself? So it's the Yin Scroll then. What's it say? Well, there's one more seal we have to undo to open the scroll. It's giving me some trouble, so I was actually hoping you could help me out. Okay, unlocking the seal. Sure, got it. Sure thing. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but let me at it. Wow, I didn't expect you to be so eager to help. It's oddly reassuring. Okay, let's see. There are 5 seals holding the scroll shut. I think we have to remove them in the correct order. Each seal has a different design. A carp, a light, a beech leaf, a taiko drum, and a reed. Remove the 5 seals in the right order. Okay. If we get it wrong, is it gonna, go boom? Huh? No, we'll just have to try again. I tested it once already. Oh, you already tried it yourself. So brave. I think it's devised so the seal can only be undone if the curses for the right have already been unleashed. And I think there's a hint to opening it hidden in something related to the curses. Just let me know when you're ready. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. Midoricho on a large piece of land, blah, blah, blah. The deep sound of drums once more reverberates through the night air. How long has it been since we started hearing them each day? Could it be coming from the daimyo's residence? I've heard that they have a drum in their fire watchtower instead of wooden clackers, but I don't see a fire, so why are they sounding the drum? Then one morning, a body was found. Isn't it old man Konzo, the ukiyo-e painter? He lived nearby, but he had been down and out for years, despite his best efforts to sell his works. Every now and then, his granddaughter would visit, and he would teach her to paint. It was the old man's only pleasure. One day, his granddaughter told him about her dreams. Curses, souls, resurrection. Hearing her tale, the old man was gripped with a sudden zeal and began to paint with great fervor. His work quickly became famous, enchanting all those who viewed it with a strange imagery. Even the daimyo had to take notice. What could possibly have happened? The people whispered amongst each other. It looked almost as if he'd been beaten by a drum. Or like a drum. Okay. Alright. Okuma was a lovely woman. She was spirited, worked hard, and lived a frugal yet pleasant life, until her husband hanged himself. My husband, a swindler? Who would believe such a thing? Okuma was determined to clear her husband's name. That's when she met Tomezo, a man who was a stranger to these parts. This man must be one of the daimyo's spies. It appears that after my husband I will be next. So be it, but what is he hunting for? Okuma, putting on the airs of a woman mourning her husband, went to the bridge nightly to seek information from Tomezo. She soon discovered that she was right, and that her husband had been deceived. Okuma decided to bring her newfound knowledge to the daimyo, much to Tomezo's alarm. Angered at having been misled, he confronted her on the bridge, but Okuma would not listen. She cursed him, she called him vile names, and eventually his patience had worn thin. Blood splattered everywhere, and by the time he returned to his senses, he was already too late. He looked over the bridge into the river, blood below, and saw the corpse of a woman missing both an arm and a leg. Okay. Budgie Mary. Budgie Mary! Okay, alright. So... Seven Mysteries of Honjo. Okay, Lantern is last, Reed is before that, Taiko's before that, Beach is before that, Light is before that. Okay. Well, let's give it a try, everybody. Won't explode or anything, so we might as well give it a try. I see, okay. Oh, I forgot about the carp. Okay, so carp. Okay, canal, light. Is it Taiko or Beach that's next? Okay, Beach, Taiko, Reed. Okay. I don't think that was right. Nope, no good. Do you recognize any of the things on these seals? They look kind of familiar. Maybe there'd be something in our files. I see. Okay. Alright, let's see. So the carp is the, Whispering Canal. Beckoning Light is the light. Evergreen Beach is the beach. Taiko of Tsugaru is a Taiko. And the one-sided reed is a reed. Is it maybe like the like, order in which we, obtained them as the player? In which case, it would be Canal, Beach, Reed. Okay, alright, let's try it. Okay. Canal, Beach, Reed, Light, Drum. No. Alright, Mio, give me another hint. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Some order to the seven mysteries of Honjo that correspond to them. Okay. Let's see. do you need to, like, figure out the... Alright. Oh, here we go. Okay. Memories of the young couple and their daughter. But he has lost everything. He has repaid the kindness shown to him with evil. He also now it's true. It was all her doing. Now the blame laid with him and his inexperience. Foolishly also forbidden. Oh, alright. It's to rely on. Okay. So maybe it's... Okay. So this is why. Alright, so Evergreen Beach is the dad of Whispering Canal. So he died first. Tycho... Almost if they had been beaten like a drum. Okay, and then Beckoning Light is last. Because that's young couple and their daughter. Okay. Is he first? That is the question, isn't it? Okay, so Beach is first, followed by Reed, because this is the mom, Okuma. And then when they never came home, it was Toki. And her grandfather was the Tycho. So, alright, I'm pretty sure let's try that. Let's do it that way. Okay, so should be Beachleaf, Reed, Carp, Tycho, Light. That's not it. Okay. I'm gonna try again. I think I'm onto something here, so I don't want to get another hint. Alright. So it could be that it's Tycho first, Beachleaf, Reed, Carp, Light. There we go. Okay. The grandfather was first. I was unclear about where in the timeline the grandfather died, so I don't know, but I guess it's, I guess that's the starting point. Wow, you got it open! It took 4 tries, but you did it. Okay, wow, Bio, come on. I just needed some time to get warmed up, that's all. Now we can finally read what's written inside. Let's see. I see. Actually, let's see if it's in here. It said that Tsujimikado Seimon, author of the Record of Fates, wrote the Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved with the Honjo incident might become cursed and used in the collection of soul dregs for the Rite of Resurrection. The existence of the Yin Scroll was indicated in a postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. The text has been preserved in the form of 2 talismans held by Yoshimi Hajime and Shiraishi Michio. It contains a full account of the Honjo incident, and the following is written in Seimon's hand. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident. Those who speak to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline. My spirit, that is my own consciousness. Okay, so... this is gonna be... living continuation of my blood. We don't have that anymore, so that's gonna be a problem. Okay. This is a story that takes place in the late Edo period. There was once a family that lived in a row house in Honjo. The family consisted of a Netsuke craftsman named Jinkichi, his wife Koma, and their daughter Toki. They enjoyed a poor but happy existence. One day, they took in a man by the name of Blank, who claimed to be a shomoji. He was on the run, having barely escaped with his life from something or another, and wound up in Honjo. The tough circumstances had left him sick and destitute. Jinkichi felt sorry for the man and decided to shelter him. The stranger was deeply grateful for the kindness and care of Jinkichi's family, as without it he would have surely died, and told them thusly on the day of his departure, "I want to give you my thanks, but unfortunately I have nothing of value." He paused and then asked, "Is there anyone you want to bring back to life?" It turned out the man's true name was Tsujimikado Seimon, a descendant of renowned Onmyoji, and he had been researching the fabled Rite of Resurrection. For his crime in unearthing this forbidden rite, he was chased out by his family, but he wrote down everything about the spell in a book he renamed The Record of Fates while on the run. Whoever sought to perform the rite would need to kill people and gather their soul dregs. Seimon had only researched the rite out of spirit of inquiry, but thought himself willing to use the rite if it was for the sake of Jinkichi's family. However, Jinkichi shook his head. "Sacrificing someone is unthinkable. We didn't help you because we wanted something in return, so you owe us nothing," he said, declining the unbelievable offer. Seimon bowed his head in gratitude countless times at those words and left their house. See, yeah. In the same area, there lived an ukiyo-e artist known as Old Man Kanzo. His art didn't sell much, but he often looked after Toki while Jinkichi and Koma were out working. Young Toki heard Seimon's talk about the Rite of Resurrection, but, being too young to comprehend it, regaled it to Old Man Kanzo as a story of fiction. Old Man Kanzo, inspired by the story and filled with renewed vigor, put his heart and soul into his next painting. The piece, centered around the theme of resurrection, became an instant hit in the town. Jinkichi, being a shrewd businessman, saw an opportunity and jumped on the bandwagon by carving Netsuke connected to Old Man's ukiyo-e. Oh, I see, the actual curse stones are the Netsuke. Alright, got it. He made up stories about his Netsuke, telling people that their blessings were connected to resurrection, and his business rapidly flourished. That man unknowingly left us a wonderful gift, thought Jinkichi and his family, but they were unaware of the tragedy that would soon unfold. Before long, word of Old Man Kanzo's wonderful ukiyo-e reached the ears of the local daimyo, and he was summoned to the Lord's residence. But what awaited him was not praise, but cruel torture at the hands of Ashino, a female onmyoji who was in pursuit of Seimon. It was her who pressured Seimon into researching the Rite of Resurrection, which she secretly planned to use to preserve her beauty for all eternity. Ashino took advantage of the fact that the daimyo's heart was weak and frail following the loss of his family, and manipulated him into capturing Old Man Kanzo, the source of the recent rumors about resurrection. "Tell me where you heard of the Rite of Resurrection," Ashino demanded, as the brutal beatings continued. It was said the eerie sound of the beatings rang out like the beating of a taiko drum night after night, reaching even the watchtower of the Tsugaru residence. In the end, Ashino's cruelty secured her the information on Jinkichi's family and the existence of the Record of Fates. The daimyo sent his chief retainer to bring in Jinkichi, and the torture resumed afresh with the new captive. This time, she intended to obtain the whereabouts of Seimon and the location of the Record of Fates. Jinkichi didn't know where Seimon went, but even if he did, he had no intention of telling, and stubbornly kept his mouth shut. The torture was pushed too far, and Jinkichi was unintentionally killed before he spoke a word. The daimyo had Jinkichi's corpse hanged from a beech tree and declared that, unable to bear the guilt of the crime of deceiving the masses with false rumors of resurrection, Jinkichi had committed suicide. This too was all part of Ashino's plan to send a message to the common folk, especially increasing number of those who sought out the right for themselves. News of what happened to Jinkichi's family spread, and people lost interest in the right, wondering if the stories of resurrection were all but a lie. But rumors that the daimyo's word was perhaps not all that truthful spread quickly when a dancer claimed to have witnessed the chief retainer's cold-blooded handiwork firsthand, and Honjo fell into unrest once more. Okay, so there was a dancer who watched the daimyo's chief retainer murder the mom. The chief retainer arrested the girl and proposed a deal to put a stop to the rumors. The girl was to say she just wanted attention and retract her story by saying it was entirely made up. In exchange, she'd be given a most wondrous stage to perform on. When the day came, she was suffocated by the mask prepared for the performance. Ah, I see. Unbeknownst to her, the mask had been covered in glue as part of a plan to kill and silence her. Koma never believed for a moment that her husband Jinkichi had committed suicide. She was certain someone was behind his death, and asked around persistently for names, addresses, and any other information she could find on people with connections to the daimyo. The chief retainer would not allow things to escalate any further, and had Tomezo, a ronin who had once served as a spy, go after her. However, she turned the table on him, shouting, "It was you who killed my husband, wasn't it?" Confronted with the accusation, Tomezo flew into a blind rage and cut Koma down in broad daylight. Ordered to take responsibility for his failure by committing seppuku, he exposed the daimyo's plot as he disemboweled himself by the lantern of the soba cart they used to give coded signals. With both her parents gone through means unbeknownst to her, Toki found herself to be all alone. One day, late at night, she went searching for her parents, and met her doom falling into a canal where she drowned. Meanwhile, the chief retainer had made no headway whatsoever in finding Seimon's whereabouts, and an incensed Ashino decided to set fire to his residence, burning him alive. In all truth, all those connected to the events thus far were cursed by Ashino so that their souls would turn into soul dregs upon death, which she had been collecting. All she needed to perform right now was to get her hands on the Record of Fates. Sensing that there was something serious at work behind the recent string of strange events in Honjo, Seimon returned to find he was too late. He broke down in tears when he learned the unfortunate and unnatural deaths of Jinkichi's family had met. Seimon realized it was the handiwork of Ashino when he found their soul dregs had been collected, and decided to prevent any further sacrifices from happening by confronting her on Honnoji Bridge. What ensued was a fierce battle of spells that endured till the break of dawn, but those who did not know any better only saw what they believed to be eerie flashes of supernatural orbs of light. In the end of a long battle, Ashino defeated Seimon and obtained the Record of Fates, but he placed a curse upon her foot. Ashino dragged her foot, corrupted and horribly inflamed, and sought refuge at the nearby residence of a retainer, and angrily demanded they wash her foot. Ashino died then and there, filled with agony, and her foot cursed and rotten. Seimon, too, having sustained serious wounds during their fight, died that day on Honnoji Bridge, still filled with regret. However, Seimon came back to life. Knowing that there would be enough soul dregs in place during their confrontation, he had prepared a spell that would activate the Rite of Resurrection upon his passing. Feeling that this curiosity was responsible for the terrible tragedy that had unfolded, he was left with a keen understanding of why the Rite of Resurrection was forbidden, and became determined to seal it away. Indeed, the reason he resurrected himself was for that very purpose. However, he did not know what had become of the Record of Fates. With nothing to seal away, he instead uses the remaining soul dregs to turn 9 of the Netsuke made by Jinkichi into ritual implements to be sealed away in Honjo. He placed a spell so that should someone try to activate the Rite of Resurrection again, all 9 pieces will awaken at once. And to pass the whole truth of these events to future generations, he wrote everything down in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll and passed it down to his descendants. Meanwhile, the townspeople kept silent about the incidents out of fear of being cursed. However, these occurrences were so strange that gossip about it couldn't truly be contained. Over time, the details became more and more vague as the stories grew into legends, and that is how they came to be called the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Alright, cool. I might stop here. So we'll maybe get one more episode before we finish. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll have the finale next time, and I'll try to also append like a thing about finding all the birds to that one as well. So we'll wrap up everything with this game next time. But thanks a lot. Take it easy and have a great week, everybody. Awesome. Thanks. See ya.